Fix It Tony here. Thanks for clicking on the video. We have the '09 Lexus ES350 back. It's been 3 oil changes with Valvoline Restore and Protect. We're going to take a look inside. This car has been clear across the country. My son had it in Mississippi while he went to National Guard Tech School, and now we have it back. It's been about 5,000 miles since the last oil change. 3 oil changes. I'll take you back to the beginning what this engine looked like before and show you some pictures, and then we'll look at what it looks like now. We'll get it drained out and get her up on the lift here now. So I decided to start using the Meta glasses for doing this because, as you can see, I can work on the car and you guys can see exactly what I'm doing, which is way cooler. Hand me the rag. Which is way cooler than not being able to see what you're doing and using one hand, which is always a ton of fun. We'll bring this up just a little bit. Just like so. Alright, we'll let this drain. Oil's pretty dark. Nothing horrible. It was definitely darker before in the first couple of oil changes. So with the scope in there and take a look. So we have our scope on. Oh, I should film everything with these Meta glasses. This is way easier. Alright, let's take a look inside. Shit looks pretty clean. We'll do some of the before pictures, but this looks pretty good. There's still a little bit of varnish in there, but nothing awful, no sludge. That's the oil pickup right there. The windage tray. It looks pretty darn good. Looks like pretty new for 100,000 miles. Not too shabby. All right. So here's before with varnish. So it definitely had more varnish before. Take that oil filter off and we'll take a look at that and see if there's anything surprising in there. Okay, my son's in there playing around with the scope. We'll go ahead and take our oil filter loose. Oh, nope, we're a little... If that happens, guys, the easiest way to get this off is it's spinning like that, is to go ahead and get an impact and just use a small 3/8 impact to break that thing like so. And whoop, that's tightened. You see how that loosens that right up? So you don't have to get oil over yourself taking the whole assembly off. So we're going to pull that loose there. And then we're going to get our special tool. If you need this tool, I'll put it in the description. They're very inexpensive on Amazon. Helps the channel too with the affiliate links. So if you can patronize us, that would be awesome. So we go ahead and tighten around like so. And then we turn this like so. And our oil will drain out of the housing. So when we take it loose, we don't end up with oil all over ourselves. So we'll give that a minute to work. And then we'll take the assembly off. And just like that, she's done draining. Go ahead and take this piece off first. So what this does is it compresses, I don't know if you can see what I'm looking at, that compresses the spring in there. And that compresses the bypass spring, which lets the oil out. So you don't end up with the oily mess. And then you can just remove this whole assembly and you're good to go. So that comes out like that. Perfect. And then this was already kind of loose, so you know, might be able to just do it by hand. Yeah, she's coming off. And we use the tool. Thought it was going to come off, but she's been a little difficult. Alrighty, okay. So we're just going to tug this one a little bit this way and take this housing off here. And we'll drop her down. Ooh, she is piping hot. Let's take a look at what we got. Try not to fling oil. That'd be nice. Filter's a little bit heavy. There's some junk in there.
Yeah?
Yeah, a little bit. Nothing horrible. Just normal bits of stuff. We'll just pour it out like that. Okay, so perfect. So you got some junk in there. Nothing horrible. No sludge or anything like that. It's nice and clean. We'll take a look at our filter. Nothing crazy, no glitter, but definitely some junk in there. The filter is definitely heavy, so it definitely absorbs some stuff. So, okay, we're going to get in here, clean that out. So I have some nooks and crannies in there, so I wanted to get in there with some spray, some parts cleaner, and clean her out all the way here. We don't put anything back in that we don't want in there. And then we're going to go replace this O-ring and this O-ring here with these ones right here from our new filter. You just want to get a small screwdriver or a pick and just going to put it right in there like so. Let's pull it right off. Pull that one out. We'll pull this one out. Very good. Grab our new ones. And, you know, the key to this is don't over torque these housings. If you over torque these, you will have serious problems trying to get them back off, especially the plastic ones. And you want to add a little bit of lubricant, a little bit of oil when you put these back on too. So a lot of times we have dripping oil right in there. We can get our, go ahead and lubricate that like so. And they has the torque ratings right on there, how much you should be torquing it down. It's 25 Newton meters. So we'll go ahead and torque it down properly so this thing doesn't create a problem later on. And we're going to grab our new filter here. Doesn't matter upside down or whatever, it's the same thing. Push her back in like so with some oil on here. And we're almost ready to go. Alrighty. I like these Lexivon, sorry, these torque wrenches have been very good to me. I've calibrated them in and they've always come up exactly where I need them to be. So 25 Newton meters is what we're looking for here. Get our tool here. And we'll go ahead and tighten her up. You can see the way that goes on there. Once we get her firm, we'll go ahead and use a torque wrench on her. Some people just crank these home. If you have a torque wrench, do yourself a favor and just pull it out of the cabinet and do the job correctly if you can. Whoops. Trying to get this thing. There we are. That was very quick. And of course, hopefully that wasn't too loud when that just fell down. And we'll torque this one down accordingly. Let's get it firm. And we'll put torque on that one too. And we're almost done here, guys. Very good. Cool. This one's a thirsty one. 6.5 quarts is what she takes. We used to buy the box here. It is our last box. They were reasonable for a while there. Now they're like $200. So sorry, guys. Hopefully we'll get some sort of sponsorship or something like that from the guys at Valvoline. If you're listening, please can use your help here because this stuff is not cheap and we're definitely liking the products. So anyway, we'll go ahead and finish topping her off. Alrighty, so we're going to take a look at the top here, and you can already see this is already looking cleaner. Take a look here. This is the #1 problem with these engines is our cam tensioner. So we're going to take a look in here and see if we can see if there's any debris or anything that's building up over here. Yeah, it's just kind of dirty. Still got some stuff in there, but it's definitely, I don't know if I had the video of the before on this. It's definitely cleaner than it was. So that looks like RTV that got in there. Just going to try to get this thing to turn. Yeah, not too bad. That spring is still intact for the tensioner. Nothing crazy. The VVTIs in these, the variable valve cam, it's usually where you have problems. You get slack in these things and they start having problems. So what I've noticed is the Valvoline Restore and Protect keeps those clean and getting all clogged up, and that is good because you won't have that problem. This is a very expensive repair. If you do have that issue, you have to take the whole front of the engine off, including the cover and the timing components in order to do that. So it looks pretty decent in there. We're going to go ahead and add oil and we're almost done here. Alrighty, we'll finish topping her off here. 6.5 quarts. My son's just rotated the tires on her. It's been about 10,000 miles on the Michelin, so we'll get that done. We'll reset our oil life meter and we're just about done here. We're going to keep on using the Restore and Protect because we did see a little more varnish still in there. So until we don't see varnish anymore, we will continue to use this. Channel's been growing. We're approaching 5,000 subscribers. Really appreciate all you guys out there. Please continue asking questions and let me know about your projects or questions you may have. I do the best I can to get to you guys, and it motivates me to do more videos the more you guys are interacting. It costs nothing to like or subscribe, so if you do that, that helps me out a whole bunch. Helps to beat the algorithm with YouTube and helps me grow the channel. 92% of you guys are not subscribed, so just click the button and that helps me out a whole bunch. I really do appreciate it. Thanks again and have a great day.